Today's video is based on a piece written by two of my colleagues, Jonathan Miller and Irfan Yar, to explain to Canadians the importance for our country of recent events in the Middle East. They wrote that tensions have continued to escalate since the attacks on two oil tankers in the Gulf of Oman earlier this month. The incident, which coincided with a historic visit from Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe to Iran, has once again unnerved countries in the Indo-Pacific that are highly dependent on the Gulf for their energy supply. Every day, roughly 1/3 of the world's crude oil flows through the Strait of Hormuz, a strategically important passage that connects the Persian Gulf with the Gulf of Oman. Ensuring open sea lines of communication and the freedom of navigation of vessels, both commercial and naval, is especially critical for states in the Indo-Pacific region. Disruption of this vital supply line would wreak havoc on many major Asian economies. Many of Canada's key trading partners in the region import most of their crude oil from the Middle East, much of it traversing through the Strait of Hormuz. Japan, for example, imports more than 80% of its crude oil and 25% of its liquefied natural gas from countries in the Gulf, such as Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE. Magnifying Tokyo's exposure is a lack of domestic energy resources and a largely idle nuclear energy program, sidelined, of course, since the devastating nuclear crisis in Fukushima in 2011. Other large economies, such as South Korea and Taiwan, also depend on this fragile energy supply. These tensions highlight once again the appeal of Canada's energy supply as a reliable alternative for states in the Indo-Pacific. Canada is the fourth biggest producer of oil and natural gas in the world, but our exports almost entirely, 99% in fact, go to the United States. Conversely, Canadian energy exports to Asia, where 60% of global economic growth is occurring, are insignificant. Amidst this geostrategic tension in the Middle East, and Canada's own stated intention to enhance its engagement with the Indo-Pacific, Ottawa should assertively pursue stronger energy relationships with like-minded partners. Japan, the world's third largest economy, Canada's fourth largest export market, has always shown a keen interest in Canada's energy. Recently, the Mitsubishi Corporation committed to a 15% stake in LNG Canada, a $40 billion liquefied natural gas project on the British Columbia coast. Such foreign direct investment inflows will help Canada not only expand its capital-intensive energy infrastructure, but also create more jobs and more economic growth for Canadians. Key to this push will be the Trans Mountain pipeline expansion. Just recently, Ottawa approved the $7.4 billion pipeline expansion for a second time. The project, which still faces resistance from some domestic stakeholders, including the provincial government in British Columbia, has the potential to be a key platform for our energy relationship with states in the Indo-Pacific region, and this will be true for many years to come. By developing our energy infrastructure, such as the Trans Mountain expansion, pipelines will finally be able to help move energy to the West Coast for exporting to lucrative Asian markets that desperately need more Canadian energy. It is certainly unfortunate that the debates in Canada have so far ignored our allies' desperate need for Canadian energy. Simply put, now is the time, amidst growing uncertainty once again in the Middle East, for Canada to show that it can be a reliable alternative for our Indo-Pacific partners. The region is looking to diversify, and Canada should welcome the chance to fill this space. I'm Brian Lee Crowley for the Macdonald-Laurier Institute.